Radio Rahim live from Riyadh with an exclusive special guest halfway around the world, piping in from the beaches of Brazil. Triple D, Daniel Dubois, the IBF World Heavyweight Champion. Can't wait to hear what the champ has to say. You're sitting in front of a palm tree. Your shirt is matching the trees. I see the breeze.
Yeah.
You seem like tropical with the smile. There can't be a better feeling on vacation than to know that you have done what you came to do. There's no regrets. There's no feeling of, I wish I had done this or I had done that. But that sense of accomplishment, I realize that this isn't the only time you've won a fight, but this one has to be sweet. Does it feel different this time out?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. It was, what can I say? It was a great event, great atmosphere, and great build-up. The best camp I think I've ever had, really. You were there at the beginning, so you saw, everything went well, and no complaints. And we done the business. We got the win. We got the, not just the win, but I think, in front of the biggest audience in the world, it was amazing.
I was there at the beginning, and you had a unique setting this time. Don Charles put you in a barn on a farm that was overlooking Wembley, where ultimately the business had to be done. And I hadn't been in camp with you before, but I've been around you for the majority of your career. And I noticed this time out, there was a different kind of focus, that it wasn't tense, but it was very, very closed off from everything but the business. Did you have to get yourself into a different mindset this time out with all the noise around an Anthony Joshua fight at Wembley in England?
Yeah. Not much, really, because we live that sort of way, me, my dad, my family. We live in that sort of everyday routine. So it was just, staying strong and steady and, sticking to the plan and following through with it on fight night, and everyone pushing forward in that direction. I had Kieran, I had Don, I had a few other guys helping out, and they all pushed me forward, empowered me, and I fed off their energy, and it's great. And now what's next? Higher and higher.
Yeah, higher and higher, to be sure. You mentioned that your family is with you, and being IBF world champion, having the line of successes you had going into this fight, I noticed that there was no entourage. Like, it's just you, your dad, and your little brother in the gym every day. Is this the entirety of your nucleus?
That's right. For the training part and the focus and the grind every day, day in and day out. That's what it is. I think a lot of fighters feel like that. It's a big difference. In preparing me to win in and out of the ring. I'm very glad we done it.
I wonder, like, when you see your little brother and he is emulating you in the ring. I noticed that when you hit the pads, he hits the bags. When you're skipping rope, he's skipping rope. You see another one coming up underneath you. Does that inspire you? What does that feel like to you, to see your little brother basically walking in your footsteps?
Yeah, it's inspiring. It's family. It's a family affair, and it's all. It's just inspiring to see that to your brother, following in your footsteps. So I think this sport is great for everyone that takes part of it. Boxing is universal, and it's done wonders for us.
I really appreciate you taking time to talk to me, because I noticed that you don't love doing interviews. It seems like a chore for you most of the time. Do you feel like it's difficult for you really to express yourself, to like say what you want to say in all this media echo chamber with everybody throwing questions at you and trying to get you to say what they want you to say?
A little bit when I'm annoyed and I'm pissed off. Is usually it can get on my nerves a bit. But other than setting like this, the future is now. What's next? It's like we're out here making plans for what we're gonna do now. I've heard AJ wants to rematch, and we'll see. If he wants it, I want it too. And we came out on top on the night, and I was a better man on the night. But there's no disrespect on his part. I'm not gonna badmouth him or anything. That was a great fight. and we help make this, if we can do it again, it will be even bigger.
Is that what's most important to you now? You are a world title holder, but there are 3 other belts out there at the potential ready to be claimed. Joshua is still a huge fight if it's a rematch. As champion, what is most important to you? The biggest stage for the biggest fights, or is it where you want to collect the belts and get the most accolades?
I'd love to become an undisputed champion and claim all the belts and do it that way and just, really reach the top of my game, because I feel like I need to keep fighting the best. I fought the last 3 guys the best in the world, so I need to keep that run going. And I feel like the AJ rematch would be a positive step. Just the way the fight was, it was exciting. It was everything I think the fans wanted to see, and I'd be even better. I'll be even more up for it if we did it again. So, yeah.
With a 5th round stoppage, 3 knockdowns, could have been 4 knockdowns, really. It's hard to ask a guy, well, what could you do better? But what did you learn from that fight? Where do you see improvement if this fight comes again?
Without giving too much away, I think I'll be more, more up for it. I was up for it, but just more believing in myself, more control, more speed, more everything. And AJ as well, he'll bring it as well. He'll bring it. He'll come to win like he did last time. But I just feel like it's my time, and as a world champion, and just have the IBF belt and all of that is just, it's just icing on the cake. So I need to keep this run going.
There was a moment in the fight that stood out to me where you had Joshua in trouble, but there was a back and forth, and then you looked out of the ring to your father, which you do frequently. But this time, instead of shouting instructions, he said, "Don't look at me, go finish the job."
Yeah. Where was that, in the corner? Or
Yeah. Was that a moment? Maybe it felt like in that moment, like if in my mind I said, now if Dubois goes out and finishes the job, this is his real becoming an independent man moment. Like you're grasping that championship by both hands. What did that feel like to you when your father was no longer giving advice but telling you to go do it?
Yeah. Wow, that was it's just all. Sometimes it doesn't even feel real when I'm in the ring. It's like a movie, and it's just playing out, and then it just got to go with it. And Dad said, "Go and finish the job." I got, okay then. Yeah.
Now, like any good movie script, there was a big moment of crisis where we didn't know what would happen. It looked like you had Joshua reeling, like one more punch would finish him. And then, like the champion he is, like anybody that has ascended to what Joshua has been able to accomplish, he ain't just going to give it up. He had what he liked to call rolled the dice. And he landed a big right hand. It wobbled you. In that moment, what was going through your mind?
No one said that doing it was going to be easy. I had to slay the king, so I had to come through whatever fire he was bringing at me. It got really, in that moment, it was just focus then, just focus in that moment. I like it. I love those sort of matchups where we're just letting our hands go. It's just back and forth and roll the dice and that, gunslinging. And that was really exciting for me, to be honest.
Now, in the build-up, most analysts said, well, Joshua's got the big right hand. If he hits Dubois with it, Dubois is finished. But Dubois comes forward and he has, punching power. So that's what Joshua has to stay away from. But nobody was given really any credence to the intelligence that you have in the ring. They just see you as a come-forward, brawling fighter. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but in that moment of truth, when you finally stopped Joshua, knocked him down for the final count, it wasn't just brawn. To me, it reminded me of when I saw Marquez drop Pacquiao for the last time in the 4th fight. It was a fight. It was a punch that he trained on. It wasn't a lucky shot. It wasn't just aggression. He had been setting that shot up and training for that punch. When you caught Joshua in between punches before he could get the uppercut off, I've been in camp with you. I seen Don training for that punch. I know that was... that right hand.
Middle. Yeah, that was the plan. Early on in camp, my dad was saying they're gonna say they'll be saying they're going to knock you out with the right hand. Because after my fight with Hrgovic, everyone was saying, "Oh, he's open for the right hand. He's going to get caught." So let's catch him with the right when he's coming for it. And it worked out just the way he said it. My dad said that early on in camp, way before I even properly started the camp. So yeah, it's these moments like that, little things like that make a big difference. And yeah, and I'm world champion today, so it all paid off.
Now, you've been through a series of trainers in your career. A lot of analysts would say, well, that is a sign of trouble, no stability. Does Dubois have the ability to stick with somebody, stick with a game plan, and be successful? You found, I think, the right combination with your father. And then I think he has been most active with Don Charles as opposed to your other trainers. Do you feel like this team that you have now is the ideal team for you? Like, you found the home that you need to continue to progress?
Definitely feel at home. Definitely feel at home, feel at peace. Don's been a great trainer, been old school, real old school disciplinarian type trainer. And he doesn't cut any corners in the gym. And, everything my dad says, he'll actually listen to it and, take it on board and think about it before he responds or anything. So that's what's really made a big difference. And it's just a winning team. And, Kieran and all the other people that has helped. Yeah. So big props to Don for sticking with it, coming through all the battles he's already had.
And down that line, because I've seen how close you guys are and how hard everybody works in camp. But in the post-fight press conference, to their credit, they let you sit up there alone and talk about the fight and have your moment. And you thanked your father, but nobody else in camp. So there was a lot of conversation in the comments and from fans reacting to that, thinking that there was something to that. Just to clear that up.
Nothing. There's nothing to that. I thank them all. The whole team knows how I feel about them. It's been a whole strong, hard effort every day. I didn't want to be in the gym, but I hated it, and I still did it. That's how I feel sometimes. But everyone that's around me in the gym and pushing me forward in that moment is definitely all part of it. They're all part of the celebration. We had a party before we fought, and after we fought, we had another party. So it's all good.
Well, another thing that I would be remiss if I didn't mention was you had a party a bit in your mind on the way to the ring. And what I mean by that is a lot of people noticed your walk-in music. You know what I mean? Talk to me about how you selected that song and why that was ringing in your ears when you were walking to the ring.
I love all those old school tracks, all the reggae and the R&B, the 90s R&B, the soul boys. My dad grew up in that era. So he selected the songs and they were just perfect. They matched just right. Daniel in the lines then was the final one to finish it off.
Well, when people heard your music and heard Joshua's music, they're like, it might be Dubois' night. He got the right track.
We battered him in that front.
Now, the Dubois-Joshua rematch is obviously a big fight, but you do have some unsettled business, or you tell me if it's settled or not. There's the Joe Joyce rematch. It's a potential. Obviously, Joe Joyce isn't coming off a win, but it's still an L on your record that you might want to avenge. And then, of course, the almost undisputed heavyweight champion, being Oleksandr Usyk in a battle on Riyadh season this coming December.
Yeah.
Is it important to you to avenge those losses? And if Usyk is able to come through in December, would you not feel that that's the more substantial fight for you, undisputed right away, or would you still take Joshua first?
I would take Joshua first. Because that was a massive fight, and these are the nights that I live for, that get me up for a fight. And just the whole atmosphere, just the whole set in London Derby, and all of that. So but with Usyk, it's definitely unfinished business. And next time I fight him, I'll be a total different outcome. I'll go right through him. I feel I'm just changing and evolving as a human being and as a fighter. So every fight that I took, every L that I took on the way up to this point, I've improved massively. from, the team and the trainers and even the stuff we're doing in the gym. It's just a complete game changer for me now. And I just feel, for me personally, I want AJ first. If he wants it, I want it too.
Now, we know Tyson Fury is also English. He's won the WBC title, but it still felt like at Wembley, there was a changing of the guard. Joshua has been the king in England and in the UK on whole. Winning it in Wembley meant something. Really, two fighters, British in nationality, going at it for that IBF title. What does it mean for you now to be a world champion, to be in England, and to represent the title in your way? What I'm asking is, how do you define being a champion, and what does it mean for you to be a British world champion?
Yeah, that's a big responsibility for me. That's great power. That's like a king, isn't it? To have the title, and I took it from the king, and now I am the king for a moment. And I'm still learning about it and what the next steps are going to have to be. So, big fights, big money, big all of that, but also, you have to grow with it and hold that guard, hold that title for. I want to reign for a good few years before I'm through with this.
So if you have your way, you go get that Joshua rematch, and you come through that, and then the winner of Fury Usyk has got to be next for you. Who do you see coming through in that fight?
Fury or Usyk? Upsets are on the cards, aren't they? Yeah, upsets are on the cards. You never know. You never know in heavyweight boxing. I'd go with Fury, but I'd want Fury to win. But you just never know. Usyk's been slipping through us heavyweights for a bit now. It's time to put an end to it. So I hope Fury can do it.
Do you feel like you match up better against Fury or Usyk?
Either one of them. Fury, Usyk, yeah. I definitely want to get Usyk back more so because of the defeat and how it happened and everything behind that fight. I want to get him back for that, but yeah. It's just exciting times, really. It's exciting.
Having seen Usyk fight Fury once, you'll get a chance to see him again. Having come through what you've come through, when you do get a chance to rematch, if that happens, what will be different? How have you changed? How has he changed? What makes that a Dubois victory when it was a defeat the first time?
So much will change. I've changed as a person, as a fighter, and my character's changed. I'm growing up. I'm evolving, like I said before. You've seen my last 3 fights and the way I've come through them, and I've had to dig through them and come out against the top guys in the division, the danger men. Nobody wants to fight them. So yeah, I feel now that I've got the guard, I'm ready to defend it and take on all comers now. I need that. I need the challenges. Like I keep saying, I need to be in there with the best.
You talk about growing as a man, and that is what every man hopes to do. You are doing it in front of the cameras. You're doing it at the highest level of this sport of boxing. And as we've talked about your brother following in your footsteps, we've also been hearing from your sister, Caroline. And I know that when people are on the ascension, sometimes it's a lot of stress, families in front of the cameras. It's difficult to manage these kind of relationships. She said that she wants nothing but the best for you. Where are your feelings about Caroline, your sister, and maybe bringing the family back together in this moment of victory?
Yeah, I wish Caroline nothing but the best, truthfully, from my heart. I wish her nothing but the best. I want the best for her, on family matters, I don't really like to discuss that. I don't like to talk family business. You should stay in the family. And I'm growing up with her and everything. So, from my heart though, I wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah, there's so few people that can relate to what you've been through. The fact that she's followed this boxing career as well, that you're a world champion. I'll leave your family business alone. I would just say that I think I can speak for myself. Surely, I hope that everybody comes back together and you have an opportunity to communicate with your blood. You know what I mean? It's such rarefied air that you're in. You're such in a unique situation that the people who know you best and are living in that life maybe be the only ones that can be your true friends from beginning to end. So, you know, I wish the Dubois family unity in that sense.
Yeah, God bless, man. Yeah.
Yes. Now we have to talk about a little bit about your surroundings. If you don't want the world to know where you are, you don't have to tell us. But what does vacation look like when you get away from Don Charles and your father's finally not shouting at you about boxing? How does Daniel Dubois relax?
Yeah, enjoy the beautiful sights of Brazil at the moment.
Okay.
I've been on yachts. I've been just doing crazy stuff, but so good, man. So good. I love being in nice surroundings, seeing beautiful things.
Yeah. So the tropical environment is your favorite. Are you like laying out on the beach? I mean, you know, because you're not a party guy. Are you going out to meet people and hang out in clubs? What's happening?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm always on the beach out here. I'm always on the beach out here. I'm gonna shoot off in a minute. So
yeah, I won't keep you. I can hear the ocean crashing in the distance. It's been rumored that February, whoever the opponent is, it's likely to be February. Hearn has, given a hint that it's still in Joshua's hands. Are they talking to you at all about if it will be Joshua, if the decision has been made? Has there been any discussion with you about the likelihood of Joshua winning that fight?
Yeah, so far what I've heard, it's been, it's all going ahead and it will go ahead. So I think they're just talking back and forth, trying to make the fight back behind the scenes, Warren, the Turkey and, my dad and everyone involved, just talking behind the scenes at the moment. But I'm fully locked in. I want that rematch.
Don Charles was very vocal about the critics leading up to your fight and how he feels like they disrespected him, they disrespected you, didn't give you the chance that you deserve. Did any of that get into your head while you were getting ready for training? And what are you expecting if the rematch happens to be hearing from the critics and the so-called experts?
Yeah, I want to hear what they have to say for the rematch now. They had so much to say beforehand. Now I'm going to get knocked out. I think I shocked the whole country. But Don's, I think he's in his right, I guess, in a way, to speak his mind and say, call out the people, bad mouthing and all the people that full of shit that think they know boxing, but they don't know nothing. And Don's within his right, I think. Now we're the winning team, and we just still got to stay grounded though, still got to stay focused, and I'm doing that. I'm doing that out here in Brazil, chilling. So yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you get back to chilling because when you come into the training camp next, I know you're going to need all the focus and rest that you are able to get now. Lastly, because I'm here for Fight Week, I can't not ask your opinion on the big undisputed light heavyweight championship that'll be taking place this Saturday. Bivol, Beterbiev, who wins it?
Bivol, Beterbiev. I'm not sure. I feel like Bivol. I feel like his boxing skills, he can just outmaneuver him, slip and slide. I feel like he can win it. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I can't wait. It'll be a great fight, though. It's a good card, all along stacked from bottom to top. So yeah.
And when I leave you, I'm going to be face to face with all my colleagues and critics of boxing and so-called. What message do you want to deliver to them from the tropics, from the IBF world champion Daniel Dubois?
And Steel, the world champion, and Steel. They're gonna have to put some respect on my name now. So tell them
that. Right. That's right. Let's put some respect on Daniel Dubois' name. Triple D, IBF world champion, chilling in Brazil as he should.
In the
building, on the beach. Can't wait to see you back in the ring and in training camp.
Back in the line then.
That's it. So thank you for taking some time off the beach, off the sand, out of the ocean. I'm going to let you get back to it. Radio Rahim with Triple D. the IBF world champion in Brazil today, Daniel Dubois.